Article 1253 states that if the debt produces interest, payment of the principal shall not be deemed to have been made until the interests have been covered. The article stated that the interest earned should be paid ahead of the principal and that the debtor cannot choose to credit his payment to the principal before the interest is paid. This rule is mandatory and can only be subject to changes depending on the agreement between the parties or to waiver by the creditor, which therefore made this article merely directory. In other words, partial payments are to be applied first on the account of the interest and then later on to reduce the principal once it is known that an obligation bears an interest. The effect if the payment is credited to the principal would be the reduction of the principal, which would of course result in the decrease of total interest collectible. The interests that are supposed to be paid are interest by way of compensation and interest by way of damages due to default. We have two examples for this article. First, let's start with example A. Party A is obliged to pay 8,000 pesos, which is the matured interest, to Party B. Party A then pays 7,000 pesos to Party B. The payment should be made first to the interest earned by the debt before the principal. The next example is example B. Mariela owes Wella the amount of 30,000 pesos with 5,000 as accrued interest. Mariela decided to pay Wella the amount of 32,000 pesos. The 32,000 pesos will be applied to the interest earned by the debt, so the balance of 27,000 will be credited to the amount and Mariela will owe Wella 3,000 of the principal.